Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Gemini energy. We'll get out some tarot, we'll get some clarifiers on top of it to fill out the story. Since it's not a personal reading and I don't know your life story or who's who, I'm just going to first tell you how different people would harness this energy if they were moving forward in a high vibe Gemini energy. And high vibe Gemini energy would be people who are use their mind and their creativity and their ability to communicate and think and logic and reason to believe they can manifest their dreams into reality. They're loving and kind and respectful and disciplined and patient in their relationships. And people who are in more shadowy Gemini energy might be fearful of being emotionally vulnerable, so they might get in relationships and they flirt and all those things to try to move relationships forward and strategize. But the reason they're trying to move it forward might be because they are coming from fear or insecurity or selfishness or greed, or just don't want to put in the work and effort it takes to learn and grow how to go about life from a different perspective. So, and then we're going to talk about the different people in the story that might pertain to some of your lives. Okay, let's see here. Had some cards flip. Okay. The reason for the reading is the Page of Wands. So it's talking about communicating and sending a message. Okay, for the people moving forward in a positive, high vibe Gemini energy, you're moving forward. You're going to take that creative, youthful energy of a Page of Wands saying, like, I believe I'm going to move forward in the energy of love, and I'm going to take a leap of faith and trust the universe. I'm going to maybe put an end to maybe being mentally defensive due to regrets of the past, focusing on relationships of the past that didn't work out. And now you're ready to take creative, inspired action in the energy of love so that you can take time to see yourself and the world around you from a new perspective in the Pisces Hangman energy so that you can give birth to a new life. Now, for people who are in shadowy Gemini energy, they are going to take a risk to repeat some patterns of the past. And the reason that is because, for one, they might not want to speak their emotional truth about regrets about the past. So they're going to maybe go communicate to someone that they feel stuck. They want to have a new emotional beginning with them to give birth to a new relationship with that person. But the reason they might be getting in that relationship is that they live more from their mind than their heart. They don't want to speak the truth about past regrets. And they're unwilling to see things from a new perspective. And their perspective in life might be that they either like to be the pampered person in the relationship, or they want to be in relationships where they can be surrounded by luxury. So it's either being the pampered person or it's kind of money and materialism. They could, you got to trust the universe. You got to believe in love in order to put an end to your regrets about the past. In order to move forward in our life, we have to let go, kind of wrap our brain around our past fears, our past insecurities, our self-limiting beliefs because of relationships that didn't work out in the past. Just because a relationship didn't work out in the past, everybody was who they were. Everybody's fallible human beings. We learn lessons about people. If you were in a relationship with someone before who seemed to live more from their mind than their heart and they were defensive, well, you've kind of learned your lesson that maybe next time you want to be with people who are maybe a little more creatively inspired from a foundation of love. people who have seemed to have taken time to gain insight and wisdom about themselves so that they have a new perspective about life and are willing to move forward. They're enlightened, they're creative, they're inspired. So, there's nothing in life that doesn't happen that we can't use to gain lessons from, to make our foundation more solid. People are always going to come into our life who might want to backstab and betray us and be defensive and even try to cause us to be in regret, because that's how they live their life. Because why would somebody live more from their mind and be defensive or regret? Probably because, they might be ones who've always caused regret in relationship because they do live more from their mind than their heart. They take a risk to get in a relationship, but then they sabotage it because mentally they're defensive and so afraid that they're going to be the one who's left in regrets. So they can sabotage a perfectly wonderful relationship out of their own, listening to their own mind and their own fears and insecurities that, oh, I don't know, you might get hurt in this relationship at some point down the line in 10, 20 years. Well, you maybe wrecked a good relationship and, you get in a car accident in a week from now and that, enjoy your life. Quit living in fear of the future. So, it looks like someone right now is going to take a risk towards kind of repeating a pattern in the past. There might be someone who reminds them of their past, or it's that same type of person. Oh, I know how to work with someone like you. If they grew up or have been in relationships where people are emotionally manipulative, passive aggressive, where they don't quite speak their truth, they're someone kind of in regret too and kind of stuck, it's just someone that reminds them of people from their past. It doesn't have to be someone from their past. For some of them it could, but this person is unwilling to move forward. Mentally, it's like, nope, we're not moving forward in a foundation of love because we could get hurt doing that. So we're going to keep repeating patterns of the past. We will go find people who seem to view life the way we do, or at least get into a relationship for a while. And if those people end up getting to where they want us to see things from a new perspective and take a leap of faith, we'll end that relationship too. And they just keep repeating the same old pattern over and over. But let's go see. Tell us about the Fool returning to the past. They're going to go talk to someone. Maybe there was someone, they could have had a new emotional beginning and were taking a leap to be in that relationship, and then it ended. And now they're in regret and they still want to be in a relationship with that person. And they're going to go tell that person that, maybe that I have inner conflict. I want to have a new beginning with you because this person could have ended it. They could have gotten the offer. Somebody could have sent them a message and said, hey, you want to come offer some emotion to me instead of being enlightened and giving birth to a new life? Just come get in a relationship with me. And this person said, okay, yeah, I'll come get in a relationship with you. And also part of the reason of doing it, they reject people in their life who are enlightened, who tap into their emotions, their creativity, their imagination, who are just and fair and hardworking, balanced, committed, loving, and kind, because they know in order to keep moving forward with those people, they'd have to tap into that same energy. And they have a problem about doing that. So they probably are backstabbing and betraying some loving people in their life right now. When they backstab and betray that aspect within themselves, they end the relationship with people outside of themselves that also had that energy. And they decided, nope, I'm going to return to someone in my past. Maybe because they're very competitive. Maybe they don't want to give birth to a new life in that emotionally creative, inspired way because they're very creative in the 3D world, and moving forward in a creative, inspired, loving manner doesn't have anything to do with competing in the 3D world. You know, it's like, realizing that the only thing you need to compete with in your life is your own shadow nature, your own fears and insecurities. You assume if you move forward in love and creativity as a foundation for your life, that, your stability and security will be taken care of, that the universe tries to work with you to bring those things into reality. But some people are very competitive in the 3D world. And if this person had gotten in this relationship, but then it ended and they were left in regret, they're going to go communicate to that person, I guess, now that they have a lot of inner conflict about the fact that the relationship ended. Tell us about this Ace of Cups person in their past. Someone else who's defensive of moving forward in the energy of love. So, if these people betrayed and backstabbed loving people in order to go get in this relationship before, it was because they were defensive and they kind of got in a relationship with someone who's just like themselves. And if this person was thinking that they maybe wanted to communicate to the loving people in their life, like, hey, maybe I could go have a new emotional beginning with those people before that I was defensive to. I'm going to go tell them that I have inner conflict, and the people who are loving are like, no. You backstabbed and betrayed me before. I'm speaking the truth. Are you? Are you in the energy of love? Have you become enlightened? Are you ready to be loyal and committed and dedicated? If not, this is just a relationship that didn't work out in the past. And this person could be in regret that didn't work out. But because they want to win at all costs, they're going to certainly go get in another relationship right away because they function more from pride and ego. And if you rejected them, they're going to go get in a different relationship. And play maybe the wounded warrior, like they were the one who was wounded by the whole situation. But it's like, if you're not loving and committed and willing to speak the truth about your own inner conflict or competitive nature, or maybe how you backstabbed and betrayed me before, yeah, no, I'm not interested. Tell us about the Ten of Swords. Yeah, they decided to put an end to being an emperor, male or female. It's someone who's mature, who makes decisions that are best for everyone. And the mature thing in life is, because we're supposed to grow and mature to our full potential, to self-actualize per se, is to move forward in life, to go with the flow, to be in loving energy in order to see your dreams come into reality. And this person's like, no, because I have a lot of inner conflict and I'm defensive. And the next step would be that I'd have to fight for the truth, and I'd have to deal with like my own regrets of the past in order to move forward in this loving, creative manner. And I don't want to deal with my regrets of the past. Some people don't ever want to self-reflect. So they decided, I'm going to end the loving type relationship, and I decided I'm going to move forward with a different love choice. They obviously had a choice, or maybe just think love is optional. I can find someone to be in a relationship with, and I think I can work in the more worldly manner with the 3D world, and I think my dreams will come into reality with that type of person. I don't have to do this creative, inspired, internal, emotional work to become enlightened. I can just go get in a regular old relationship. Tell us about the Knight of Swords. And because some of you are being backstabbed right now, or you were in the past, you did make that good decision for yourself, not just based on my emotions or my thoughts or my fears or my insecurities. You decided to keep moving forward in the energy of love because that's how your dreams will come into reality. So this person doesn't want to speak the truth that they were deceptive and manipulative. Maybe before, when they were working together with people who were emotionally brave and strong in their Leo energy, people who are willing to speak the truth. You could have been in a relationship or a long-term foundation with the Ten of Pentacles there. Maybe their foundation doesn't really like to have equal give and take. They like to be deceptive and manipulative, and the other people that they're in relationships with are just supposed to be strong about that. They're kind of maybe like the boss in relationships, male or female, but they like to kind of be, maybe emotionally manipulative, passive aggressive, and other people should just tolerate that. Maybe they think what they bring to the relationship, that people should, that should be enough. It's like, I don't have to bring anything else. So I guess for some people it could be money. For some people it's like, oh wait, but I'm great arm candy. I have a certain status. I have a certain image. Because you get to hang out with me, you get some of that and benefit from that too. So I should just be able to be whatever I want. That is my contribution. I don't put in work and effort to see things from your perspective or any other perspective. You're just supposed to be strong about being in a relationship with me. Could be. They didn't want to do equal give and take. They didn't want to be emotionally brave and strong. It's like, I don't want to get in touch with my emotions. I operate more from pride and ego. So, it ends up, it causes regret in relationships because this person's immature and they create illusions in relationships. They think relationships maybe are about illusion. Isn't that what everyone does? Doesn't everybody get in a relationship and just kind of create illusion to exchange resources? And everybody just tries to be strong about it so that they can have this stability and security of a relationship. It's like, no. You might have a little emotionally confused perception of relationships. Maybe just because if somebody was like that with you in the past doesn't mean that everybody else is like that. That means the one person or whatever that you were with was like that. But this person could be very, just not very emotionally mature, really, and they could be, have a lot of inner conflict. They could be very competitive. They could be very defensive. Just very untrusting. So it looks like some of those people right now, some of them are just now ending a loving relationship that could have moved forward, but some of them, if this is happening right now, they could have been deceptive and manipulative, kind of backstabbed a loving relationship where their dreams could have come into reality, and somebody spoke the truth, like you, saying that this person was deceptive and manipulative, and there was regret, and this person was emotionally confused. Some of them could have talked to or are talking to either a mother figure or a Scorpio. And that person could tell them that maybe if they kind of stand their ground in a way and kind of act stubborn, that maybe that will get them what they want and they'll be able to give birth to a new life. Or this mother figure or Scorpio could have told them, I think, this relationship maybe is stuck with this person who's creative and inspired. You should just be deceptive and manipulative and maybe make a love offer to someone else and just try to balance out your emotions about it and focus on money and materialism. Maybe reunite instead with someone from your past or someone who's more like your past, because you seem to have problems with people who are creative and inspired, and you might have done something deceptive and got caught. And there is regrets about doing that, but instead of trying to work through it and, you know, mature yourself and work together emotionally and balance out your emotions. Instead, just kind of operate from your pride and ego about this whole situation. And maybe instead, there's someone else that you could get in a relationship with that would be very stable and abundant. And, you could work together with them. You could reunite with someone maybe from your past. And you don't have to apologize for the fact that you were deceptive and manipulative. This will all pass and you'll be fine. But like I say, some people already did do this. They took that risk to go get in that other relationship, and then it ended. They thought their dreams were going to come into reality with that person. But again, if you leave a loving relationship and you think, no, okay, yeah, I'm not going to put in the work and effort. I'm going to operate from my pride and ego. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to try to balance things out. I'm not going to try to grow and mature myself so that we can get back on track from this pure, innocent nature of working together. I'm instead going to go get in a different relationship. I'm going to create conflict and competition for those loving people who kind of wanted me to be held accountable for my actions by getting in another relationship. Those people got in that relationship, and they probably got in a relationship with someone who's just like themselves. And the person they got in a relationship with backstabbed them. That person was deceptive and manipulative. Well, now they know what it feels like. And that is what goes around comes around. And now this person is in regret. They're still looking to this person in the past, and they might be stuck there for a long time because they viewed this person as an emotional option in the Seven of Cups. And if this person is kind of immature, they kind of already backstabbed the loving relationship. They're kind of either going to have to go get in a new relationship and kind of repeat this, try to find someone else to get in a relationship, or they're still hoping that this past person they maybe got in a relationship will come back and get in a relationship with them. Now they could be communicating to the mother figure or the Scorpio saying, I feel stuck. I thought I was going to, be surrounded maybe by luxury and indulged by repeating these patterns of the past, but somebody was deceptive and manipulative, and now I'm having to balance out my emotions about this person of my past who I thought was going to be a King of Pentacles, who was going to nurture and provide for me, male or female. And I want to reunite with them. And that Scorpio mother figure might keep telling them to operate from pride and ego. Oh, goodness. Now, somebody could have a new beginning, but they're defensive of moving forward in this relationship. Maybe the person the person they got in a relationship with has a lot of inner conflict or is very competitive. This person could be communicating to them right now that I took a risk to get in a relationship with you. I backstabbed a loving relationship I could have moved forward in to get in a relationship with you. But maybe the person that they went and got in a relationship has moved forward with a different relationship, and they think their dreams are going to come into reality from that one. So for some of them, they might come communicate to the loving people in their life and say, I don't know, I was deceptive before when I exchanged resources with this person back here. Maybe I was operating from pride and ego. And now they have regrets and they're I don't know, wondering if there's any possibility of moving forward. The whole thing that would get critical here is, is this person still immature and living in fantasy land? You know? Here we have a Page of Swords. The reason for the reading is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is communicating to a Queen of Cups, somebody who could be very loving. Well, hopefully they communicate to their own Queen of Cups nature and go within and do this work to get balanced and grow themselves up before they go communicate to anyone. That could kind of be where the redemptive story would be right now. Nobody really should be communicating right now because it looks like they've just recently, just now, putting an end to thinking, I kind of want to be bossy and controlling in relationships, or, where I'm deceptive and manipulative. It's like, I'm not going to do that anymore. Those people would have to exchange foundations within themselves. Instead of living more from their mind, they connect in more with their Leo nature of being emotionally brave and strong and confident and willing to step into the spotlight of their own life and deal with their own emotions and regrets of the past. And they have a lot of work to do before they communicate to anyone, I would say. And if they do communicate with someone from their past, that they had betrayed before, I think that person, it looks like, would tell them, I have become enlightened about this whole situation. You gave birth to being deceptive and manipulative before, and you had gotten in another relationship and just tried to balance out your emotions because you were more about maybe money and materialism and surrounding yourself by luxury in life. And that was the underlying foundation. And you were willing to backstab and betray this loving connection in order to maybe reunite with someone who reminds you of your past. And unless this person could tell them all the things that they became enlightened about during this process, and what they gained insight and understanding from, I don't think the loving people are going to let them back in their life. Because unless this person has become enlightened, we do repeat patterns of the past until we finally get it. It's just like if you or people you knew growing up that kind of dated a certain person, and every time they were like, I'm not going to date someone like that again. No way, and then the next person they go out with is like, oh my gosh, that's just like that other person. And they're like, no, it's not. It's like, yeah, it is. Until they have figured out what was that issue of the past that made them defensive of love, made them competitive, made them live more from their mind, made them try to maybe be bossy and controlling, deciding it was okay to be deceptive and manipulative and kind of operate more from pride and ego. Yeah, they'd have a lot to tell you. So I guess we'll have to tune in next week to find out. But right now there's movement. Some people are right now leaving the loving relationship to repeat patterns of the past because maybe someone from their past or someone who reminds them of their past communicated to them, and that made them feel stuck about giving birth to a new life. So they're going to decide to backstab the loving relationship and be deceptive and manipulative about it. And they're going to go reunite with someone from their past. For other people, that already happened, but because they have regrets about the past and they maybe are still stuck and they still want to have a life where it is about being surrounded by luxury in life and pride and ego, those people I think are going to go communicate to the person that they had, kind of like the third party that they went to go get in a relationship with, and they're going to try to get in a relationship with them again. And if that person agrees, they'll be getting into that relationship, listening more to their mind than their heart, being deceptive and manipulative, and being in the relationship out of pride and ego and money and materialism, and living in illusion. For anybody who's learned their lessons, they're just in the process of letting this old way of being go to get more balanced and aligned within themselves and mentally strategize how to be willing to step into their own life, to be brave enough to deal with their relationships of the past that didn't work out, either because of their actions, other people's actions, and see through the fear and insecurity that previously prevented them from moving forward from a foundation of love. And those people are going to be working on that right now. I don't see the people who moving forward in a positive manner. Either you who had to move forward positively from this, or had already went through it and are moving forward positively. I don't see necessarily. There might be some communication to someone that you're seeing things from a new perspective and you're still working on it, that you'd like to maybe work together with them to just try to and it could be someone else who went through this process and they see you over here very loving and they might communicate with you. I got out of a relationship. I could have gotten backstabbed. This person was deceptive and manipulative. Basically, they went through the same thing as you. And they were confused, but they might want to communicate to you because they know you've become enlightened and that you seem to be giving birth to a new life. And they would maybe like to just, in the Page of Cups, have some emotional relationship with you, getting to know you and everything, to maybe help them figure out how to get more balanced or something within themselves and reconcile themselves with their past so that they can move forward, maybe for some of you. But otherwise, I don't see necessarily people really particularly getting into a relationship now, except the people who are in shadow. So keep in mind, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or Gemini. They could be the one in shadowy Gemini energy, and you're the one harnessing positive Gemini energy, even though you're not a Gemini sun sign. But we all tap into Gemini energy. It's of the mind and air sign energy of communication and thought and logic and reasoning about love and manifesting. And some people choose to create illusion in relationships and manipulate people, and some people don't. So we all tap into Gemini energy. I did a random flip on my quote calendar, and you got dreams and dedication are a strong combination. Dreams and dedication. Yep. Stay dedicated to your dreams. Don't settle for less. Don't let your fears and insecurities make you take a risk to go get in a relationship. Hopefully some people who are thinking of betraying and ending a loving relationship out of their own inner conflict about the past. It's like if somebody is offering, well, I guess that could be the new thing. Somebody could be offering and communicating this new emotional beginning. They know that you have good boundaries because you do want to be with people who are aligned. This person could be offering a new beginning to take a leap of faith, and you're going to tell them, I don't want people in my life who are competitive, who have inner conflict. If you try to be bossy and controlling in this life or think you're going to backstab my dreams, I'm going to stand up for myself. If you're going to be deceptive and manipulative, you can leave. Because you're standing here in your inner nature truth about dreaming of the possibilities, and you do not want to deal with other people who are foolish. Also know that as you're moving forward in this energy of love and having good boundaries, as you keep moving forward, someone might try to stop you. They might try to say something to you. Maybe they'll say they're going to go take a leap of faith and they're going to go on with their life just to cause you inner conflict. It's like, yeah, go. You go have your mind over heart relationship. Peace. You go be deceptive and manipulative with that person. Peace. You go be immature and defensive. Peace. I'm moving forward. So don't let anybody come in and try to backstab you to try to prevent you from moving forward. They might want to take a leap of faith with you right here to stop you so that you don't put an end. Maybe this is someone else you know that maybe before, is the one who backstabbed you. And they want you to stay right here and not put an end to a relationship with them. But if you've been in a relationship with them where they were kind of like bossy and controlling and deceptive and manipulative, it's like, no, that relationship's over. This, you have to deal with your regrets of the past before I'm letting you come in my life, because all you do is bring emotional confusion and illusion because you deceive yourself about seeing the truth. That you operate from pride and ego and maybe bossiness and illusion. Your sense of what is just and fair in relationships is totally different than mine. So don't let people stop you. That would be another thing that could be happening, is people trying to stop you. And once you put an end to that, someone else could come in and they'd say, hey, I want to be deceptive and manipulative to exchange resources with you. I see you're really strong and brave, and you'd probably be really loving in a relationship, and we could have a lot of stability and security together. And you're like, have you dealt with your issues of the past? It takes a while to get to know people, to see through the emotional illusion that people kind of present initially, to see if this person has really dealt with their issues of the past and if they have gained enlightenment, or are they someone who lives in illusion and confusion and they're just trying to emotionally confuse you too. So be careful out there, but there's movement happening. We'll see you next time. I wish you peace, love, and joy. Bye-bye.